Alright, this is a video on something strange, and I have to point it out because no one is addressing this issue. And no, it's not really an issue, it's just me being weird and thinking about it. I'm thinking aloud. I have strange thoughts. So I want to share them with you guys. Maybe you share the same thoughts with me. Maybe you never thought of this, and now you will. But the subject of this video is the allure of the sweet, innocent Christmas cookie in public. Let me explain. I certainly have some explaining to do. I was enjoying a random homemade cookie today at an establishment, a business, and while I was eating this cookie and quite enjoying it. It was a very delicious chocolate chip cookie, white chocolate chips, macadamia nut. Oh man, it's good, soft. Anyway, it was a good cookie. But I was eating it and I was laughing to myself, thinking, what is it about Christmas cookies, or Christmas desserts that are laid out? It's the only time of year that most people are totally disconcerted with who made that, what are the hygiene conditions surrounding those cookies. Like, take this for example. It's the middle of the year, just some random day, and you walk into like a bank or something, and they have a plate full of homemade something, some kind of food, right? Maybe a sandwich or something. By the way, there is like appropriate foods to lay out at a business. You don't like put out a plate of spaghetti meatballs and like 10 forks and say, oh, have at it if you're hungry while you're waiting in line. No, you'd have like maybe like an Italian hero or sub sandwich or something. You cut it to like little dainty bite-sized pieces, stick a little toothpick in it, so you can grab a little piece. It's like a dainty little snack while you're waiting. But like in the middle of the year, now I'm not this person, and I'll talk to that later in the video, but most people might be like, you can keep your sandwich. I don't know who touched that sandwich. I don't know if they took a big dump and then like made a sandwich and gave it to you guys for a present. No thanks. I didn't come to the bank to have a nibble on a sandwich. I came to deposit my check or, withdraw something. But at Christmas, random homemade food, cookies and desserts. What is that? You're piqued. Your interest is piqued. Why, don't mind if I do. I'll take a random cookie that someone probably just wiped themselves and then just made these cookies. Ooh, that's delicious. I love that cookie. So it's weird. There's like this safe bubble around Christmas cookies, and like everyone indulges. But in the middle of the year, you put out food and people are like, oh my God, who's going to eat that? Disgusting. I don't know who's touched that. I don't know where that's been. It's weird. It's probably a strange thought. No one thinks of this crap except for me. But I thought I'd share it with you. Yeah, Christmas desserts. I'll stick with cookies, but specifically homemade food at Christmas time is widely acceptable, and there's no worry of it being dirty or getting you sick or anything like that. It's perfect. It's a Christmas cookie. How can you possibly get sick from a wonderful Christmas cookie? Yeah, I'll get sick from a piece of hot dog I ate at the gas station. It was just laying out for free. Actually, that's funny. That's the one place you'll never find that. Probably because they sell food. They wouldn't want to just randomly give you free food. Unless you're at a deli counter. They do the same thing. But that's so that, actually, you know what? It's a good idea. They should do that. You go into the convenience store and they got like the old sweaty hot dogs just slowly, sadly turning. They should have a little sample there. So you go, oh yeah, because people are always grabbing free stuff. Oh yeah, free, I'll take it. And they go, that's pretty good. And then you're hungry for it. And you go, all right, fine, let me get a hot dog. Anyway, what was I even talking about? Cookies, that's right. Yeah, it's just safe to have the Christmas cookie. So I'm eating this cookie thinking, like, this is funny because you put out, and by the way, it's Christmas time, so you expect cookies, right? In the middle of summer, put out a plate of homemade chocolate chip cookies. No one, it'll be a full plate at the end of the day. No one's going to grab one, except for maybe some kid. Mom, can I have a cookie? And then even then, she might be like, no, I don't know where them cookies have been. Christmas time, don't mind if I do. Scoop them up. All right, another part of this video, I want to talk a little bit about hygiene and germs. Germs aren't always that bad for us, and we need some germs to build an immune system. Take, for example, kids these days. The youth these days, there's so many more problems than there's ever been. There's so many more kids with diseases and issues with their health. I think it's really twofold. First off, we don't expose our kids to germs. We're freaks. I mean, in general, I don't have any kids, but as a society, every time someone touches something, oh my God, Jimmy, and you wipe his hands down with the alcohol gel cleansy, crap. And, we bathe in that stuff. And we're protecting our kids so much to the point where we're hurting them because we're not letting them be exposed to germs and dirt. And they get sick easier because their immune system stinks. Back in the day, kid stuck his hand in his diaper, came out with who knows what on his fingers, and poked his eyes and picked his nose and stuck it in his mouth. And that kid grew up to be the person who doesn't get sick very often, ironically. And the kid kept scrubbing down and spraying and spritzing with disinfectant all the time. That's the kid who's constantly sick and has some kind of disease. The other part of it, I think, is food. I could do a whole video on that. I mean, we pump so much chemicals into our meat, into our livestock, and on our food and stuff like that. I think that has a negative effect on the people consuming it. And then we have, the next generation of kids have all kinds of funky problems because of it. But anyway, yeah, germs aren't that bad. I grew up, I wasn't like filthy. I didn't play in mud every day, but I didn't always wash my hands every time I did everything. Turned out just fine. I don't get sick that often. I'm not suggesting you go out and lick toilet seats or stop bathing, but you know, germs aren't that bad. I mean, obviously, if you're conscious of something being dirty, you don't be neglectful of it. But I've never been that person that's been like a germaphobe. If I was in a situation, public party or bar or something, and there's that thing of peanuts, I like peanuts. I'm gonna grab some of them. I don't care whose dirty fingers stuck in that bowl. If I saw someone who is particularly gnarly looking stick their claw in there, then I may not choose to partake in the eating and consuming of those specific nuts. However, no one's around. I assume they're safe. I'll take a nibble. Why not? I'm not afraid of germs. But anyway, in conclusion, I want to talk about the safety and security of something that's wrapped. For some reason, we feel that if something is in a container, a sealed container of some kind, a can, a bag, a box, if it's sealed, we feel safe about it. We're allowed to consume this food, given that the expiration date's okay, but we're allowed to consume this food because it came from a company, and that makes it safe. Well, yeah, of course there's laws and food grade, things you have to stay within, parameters that these companies have to stay within. They can't be dirty, but you don't want to know where all your food comes from because you'd be shocked, I'm sure. If you went to, let's say you're eating Cheez-Its or something, just totally random, nothing against Cheez-Its, I love them. I haven't had them in years, but they're good stuff. But let's say you're eating a box and you pop a fresh box open. You're like, yeah, this is fresh, good food. I'm not afraid of this. There's no germs in this. You don't know where those things came from. Maybe Bob was getting fired that day at the Cheez-It factory. He decided to throw a turd into the big old vat of cheese. You have no idea where your food came from, but you don't get sick. You just assume that it's fine. It's funny. It's ironic. It's strange how we have these securities in society and things we just don't question, don't wonder. And of course, you don't want to be paranoid about your food. You have to eat something. You can't, you have to rely on other people. Unfortunately, we're not all farmers. We can't all grow our vegetables and our fruits, and we can't all slaughter our own animals. We entrust in society. We entrust in laws, pertaining to healthy, the process of, butchering animals, all that kind of stuff, for our food, so that hopefully we get the cleanest, most freshest product that's available. But it's just interesting that the Christmas cookie, it's a strange thing. With all that said, I saw a platter today, and after I ate a cookie, I did grab one of these specifically for this video because it's got to be. I mean, I did some chocolate reviews for a while, and people send chocolate from all around the world, and there's definitely some chocolate. Let me tell you something. America, our chocolate stinks. Sorry to say. I used to love Hershey's. I can't even touch it anymore. I mean, of course, chocolate's chocolate to me. It's good. It'll always be good. I like chocolate. But it doesn't hold a candle to some of the stuff from around the world. It's amazing. However, there's one thing I'm very proud of that we have here in the States, and that is the Rocher candy. If you've never had one of these, it's amazing. I can explain it to you, but this came off of a random platter. Although it's wrapped, I suppose if you really wanted to, you could unwrap it. No, I could suck on this for a couple seconds and then wrap it back up. Make it look very convincing. Put it back on that platter. And no one would be the wiser. However, I'm not going to. I'm going to consume this random chocolate from some stranger. Who knows the story behind this ball of deliciousness? Anything could have touched this. Anyone could have sneezed on it, farted on it, licked it. I really don't know. What I do know is that it's particularly delicious candy. What you don't know might not always hurt you. That's good. Oh man, I really like those candies. I really like them. I think I just spit a nut across my keyboard. Quite gross. All right. Yeah. So hopefully I don't die from that strange candy. It's another thing too I want to talk about briefly since we're on the subject, and I'll never make another video like this. Not quite like this. Halloween candy. What's the deal with Halloween candy? No one's trying to poison our kids. Okay? It is a master grand scheme for parents to pick out the candy they like. Okay? I remember being a kid. My dad loved Snickers. I remember him picking a couple Snickers out. I don't know, that one looks kind of funny to me. Well, I don't know. I'm a kid. I'm like, oh, okay, Dad, thanks for saving my life. I just wanted some Snickers. Don't be afraid of Halloween candy either. All right, there's no razors and apples, and no one gives out apples anymore anyway. And by the way, if you get the old lady gives you a couple pennies, be nice to her. Okay? Don't throw crap at her house. You're a jerky kid. I don't like that. All right, that's it. It's enough for this video. I'm satisfied. That's a delicious candy. Yeah. Rocher candies. That's good stuff. They're around all year round, but Christmas time they're everywhere. They're much more prevalent at Christmas. Can't believe I made this video. It's strange. It's just my thoughts. Just sharing them with you. Let me know what you think down below in the comments like usual. Till then, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.